try to understand constants. Constants are nothing but these are having a fixed value. So throughout the program, these values should not change. So we have a different types of constants are available: integer constant, floating point constant, character constant, string constant, enumerator constant. Integer constant you can see here 10, -5, 0. These are called integer constant. Then we have a floating point constant. So whatever decimal values we have here, so these values also fixed, they won't change. So for that reason, we'll calling them as a floating point constant. And similarly, we have a character constant. If I say whatever thing we written within single quote, that will be represented as a character constant. Whatever thing I written within the single code, whether it is a character or whether it is a symbol, whether it is a value, anything, whatever I written within single code, it will be treated as a character constant. Okay. Then we have a string constant. Similar to character constant, whatever thing we will be written within double quote. If I write anything within the double quote, that will be treated as a string constant. So even though if I written any number within double quote, that will be also treated as a string constant. Okay. So these are the types of constants we have. So we have a small example to understand the constants. You can see we have a small program. So where I will be using pre-processive directive, that is hash define pi 3.14. That means I will be assigning 3.14 value to the pi. Okay. So wherever I will use pi, so it is nothing but 3.14. That means pi value is a fixed. Now, in a main function, I will be using int age equal to 25. But you see in previous example, I will be using int age. Okay. So here I declared age as an integer type. Later, I can assign any value to the age, whether I can assign 50 value or I can assign age equal to 100. It is allowed. You won't generate any error. But when I represent a constant before int age, then age is a fixed value. That means this value won't change. Its value is fixed, which is 25. Okay, so that is the meaning of constant. Now you can see. So we'll be declaring radius as a identifier of float type, which has a value 7. And I will be using another identifier, circle area, where I will be using pi because I know pi value is 3.14, radius value is a 7 and 7. After multiplying, I will be getting area of the circle. Now I will be using with a printf function. I will be printing age, which is 25 here, which is a constant, and I will be printing circle area, which is obtained from this circle area identifier. So here, what we try to understand here, this is a comment, double slash, it is a comment in a C programming. If I remove this comment, then we will be getting error. Why? Actually, I defined age to be a constant integer type. If I want to change this age value, it is generating error. That means we can't allow to change this age value to some other value because it was fixed by this type of declaration. Okay, so this is about your constant. Next one, we have a variable. So I said a same example we seen for an identifier. If I write int a, okay, a, till now we understand a is a identifier, but what is happening here? I can assign a 5 value to a, or I can assign a 100 value to a, or I can assign any value to the a. Okay, you can see any value to the a, because a is not represented as a constant. Just we see in previous example, if a is represented as a constant type, then these all are generating error. But I was not represented a to be a constant integer. That means I can store 5 value, later I can change that 5 value to 100, and later I can change that value to 500. So that means a is nothing but variable. That means it can have any value at that particular instant. So you understand, no? So in a better way, we will understand in a easy way. So you can see we have a box, container box, where this is a container box where we'll be keeping some apples. Okay. So after some time, what happened? These apples are taken away, and we're filling this container with a oranges now. Okay. All the apples are removed. Then we are inserting oranges. What is happening? What is fixed here? Box is fixed. You can see box is a fixed. So we can assign any items here, whether I can assign apples, I can assign oranges, I can assign onions, whatever thing I can assign, I can replace the existing item with the new item. That means the box is nothing but variable here. Okay, box is nothing but variable. We can do whatever values we can store. Okay, so that is the example for a variable. So you can see the variables also follows the same rules as a identifier. So we have a rules for identifier. The same rules can be applicable to variables also. Try to understand the same rules, whatever we seen for the identifier. Okay, the same rules can be applicable to variables also when you're declaring variable. Okay, you can see example here. I will be declaring count. Count, we may say it is identifier, but it is also treated as a variable because I can change value to count at a particular instant. Okay, so that is the meaning of variable. So we have a small example to understand the variable here. You can see I have a program where hash include stdio dot int main. So I will be identifying score is identified as an integer type, and the score is also called as a variable, because I can initially I can assign 100 value to the score, and later I will be changing the 100 value. That means I will be replacing 100 value with a 150. You can see I will be changing the value to the same name. So now score treated as a variable because it can have a different values at a particular time. Okay, so that is first I will be printing the initial score. It gives me 100. After updating, when I print the score, it is giving 150. Again, you can see score is a integer type. For that reason, I will use a percentile d format specifier I'm using to print my integer.